Hello out there in internet land. 'Tis I, Russell Hanula, the Baron of Blueberry Hill, the Archon of the Quabbin Cooperative, and the Captain of the Blue Heron. I'm coming to you live from my shop on August 9th, 2018. And, yeah, I don't actually have internet access right now. My computer is only 3 years old. As of filming this, I think it's the power supply. But I have a triple threat here. See, the problem is, not only do I not have my computer, which has internet access, I also am in between cell phones. This has really driven home the point that I need to get a smartphone to have a backup here at home. But what about my other backup? At work! Yeah, that ain't gonna work. Because you see, kids, it's been really humid and stormy. And the work computer network got kind of fried by lightning. Yay! So, yeah, I tried Staples for a new power supply, brought the whole thing in, and it's a 700 watt power supply. And of course I didn't have anything in store, but they did have stuff online to buy. Didn't know what they had? They had 650, 750. No 700s. Yay! So, I'm basically waiting for the work network to get prepared, and then I can hop onto my Amazon account and order a new supply there and rush deliver it to me, because this is like living in the 1990s again. I've basically gone back to pre-1998 when I first got my computer that was connected to the internet. Nope, don't like it. At any rate, I gotta do something to occupy my time, so here I am filming a bit of me working in the shop, because why the hell not? So, as you can see, I'm wearing a new piece. This is brand new. This is a DEVO hat. A plastic DEVO hat. I'm bumping into things on the ceiling. You can see that the original color is underneath it here. This bright blue. It's this fairly thick plastic. But you see this this work helmet halo? Didn't come with that. Didn't come with anything. It was just empty, and it just wobbled on your head. It really wasn't anything you could actually put on your head. So I modified it. Made it my own. Repainted it this nice metallic blue, which is kind of one of my signature colors, and silver. So little silver wooden wings here with some bolts. Well, I had to drill 4 bolts, nut and bolts in here anyway, so I didn't really have much of a choice for that. So I was like, well, I gotta fancy them up. So I had these wooden wings lying around. I painted them silver, and a little nubbin on the top here is just screwed in, and this nice cog and fake valve here for the front of the helmet. I thought that was kind of distinctive. So I bought this DEVO hat for the Neon Retrofest, which I'm hoping I'll be able to get to. I bought tickets, I bought a hotel room, but the way the past 5 weeks have been going, I have no idea what fresh hell might await me. Yay! So here I am in my shop, just puttering around at the moment. I do have a bot rebuild that I'm working on, specifically Norm. Well, Norm kind of broke back in January, the puppet, so I have to do something to fix him. And I was never really completely happy with him completely, because he was a prototype, and I had to glue him together, specifically his head, which is what the part that broke. So I took him apart, and I'm going to reuse what I can, but it's mostly looking like a fairly extensive rebuild. I'm hoping to have it ready for the Neon Retrofest, but this computer thing has kind of slowed me down, at least psychologically, because it's just sort of this klaxon going off in my head of alert, 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 danger, danger, alert, emergency, danger. So I've got that I'm dealing with while I'm trying to rebuild the robot in time. But we'll see how that goes. But I actually do have another project, a little one that sort of fell in my lap that I didn't expect. But you see, it's been that kind of a summer. So I had ordered a Halloween prop, which turns out I didn't really have to because a local store, turns out they had it. But I didn't think they would, so I ordered it. And anyway, so this prop is a skeletal raven or crow. Anyway, it's actually fairly nice. It's supposed to be about a foot tall, maybe a little bit long, maybe a little bit taller than that. And it didn't take too long for me to get him. I'm going to put up on the screen right here what he's supposed to look like. And now here's what I got. Wop, 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 Now you're probably saying, you should take that back and get your money back. And you're not really all that wrong. I really should. But where's the fun in that? Now, they should have packed him better. I mean, he was just in a cardboard box with nothing, and the cardboard box was... So, anyway, I've decided to repair him. How am I going to do that? Watch and see. Of course, this could go very badly. So what do I have to do to fix this? Well, if you look here, it's supposed to go together like that. It's actually not too bad of a break. It's actually fairly clean. And I'm guessing it's along a seam line here you can kind of see in the back. And I'm guessing it broke this way, considering how it shattered. So how am I going to fix this? Well, basically what I need to do is to join these. I can't just glue it. What I have to do is I have to reinforce the spine. And I'm going to do that with some wire, and then I'm going to glue it. So let's see what we're going to do. Okay. What we need is our drill. And we have to select the gauge wire we're going to use. We are not using this. This is armature wire. I actually have another project I might be using that for. No. We're going to go a higher gauge than that. Something a little sturdier. It's not, it's not bad. It's not bad for many things. Just not for that. Okay, this is the gauge I think we're going to use. It's pretty thick. It's pretty sturdy. It should be sturdy enough, but it's flexible enough for me to actually work with. This and another slightly smaller gauge is usually my favorite wire to work with. So now we have to select an appropriate drill bit. I think we found one that's approximate size. It's a slightly larger than what we need, which is exactly what we're going for. Okay, we're going to start with the bottom first. I guess the question is, how many wires? Now, I could use just one, but I think two might be slightly more sturdy, so I'm going to try for two. Of course, if this doesn't work, it might just end up being it might just turn into, well, this is now just stuff I could use for something else. Believe me, I mean, I could use that. I could use parts from that for just about anything. Well, maybe not anything, but you know, many things. I got my drill here. This is a handy dandy old Milwaukee drill, power drill. Corded. It is quite old, but it works like a charm. You see, I have many things on here because I have many projects that I should get back to. But I will eventually get back to it. I might eat that. I'll put that off to the side. Okay. Now, let's see what we can do here. This is probably a good area to do it. Now remember, if you're attempting anything like this, keep your damn fingers away from anything. Oh, and wear proper eye protection. This isn't proper eye protection. I'm not going to wear it. But I'm not going to wear any, but don't do that. Huh. Not drilling in. Okay, you're dull. That is another problem. Robots that go very dull. I use them all the time. Okay, I'm going to have to go slightly bigger, but that's not necessarily a problem. Okay, I had to change drill bits, but... Put one there. Now that one was actually easy to put in. That one wasn't too bad. Test this. That left size might actually be better. Oh, it is better, I think. I didn't go all through all the way. I don't really need to go all the way, I don't think. Not sure if that's deep enough, but it'll work for our purposes. Now, this other side here is a little weird there. I'm not sure if the drill bit's really going to want to go in there. So, what are we going to do? Let's see, what do we have here? Ah. Exacto. So let's make a little bit of a hole here, just to give the drill bit a nice little start. Okay, just want a little bit of a starter. I think that's enough. Okay, now. There we go. 2 holes along that axis. Now, this is kind of a tricky part here, because this is why I want to do this one second. You see, this one's kind of hollow. This side isn't going to be too bad. This side might be. So we might actually need lengthy wire to go through that particular part. Let me just piece it together here for just a second, just to see. Okay. I see a pencil. I don't know if it's going to do anything. Oh, okay, good. Did mark it pretty well. I want to sew up another tool here that I like a lot. I get a lot of use of. This is called an awl. A-W-L, usually it's spelled. It's basically just a metal spike. I never have enough awls. I really do. I mean, I have ones that are. I usually go for the ones that are more spiky because they're just easier. They're just easier to use. Oh, see, I poked right through there. I don't think I'm going to have to drill through that side because it's all hollow there. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Okay, I'm going to switch angles here so I can go to my vise. I don't like to try to get my hand near the drill if I don't have to, especially when I'm kind of dealing with something like this. So I'm just going to drill this hole. I didn't have to go really deep because, well, it's hollow in there, just as long as I have a hole there. Now we're going to cut this wire. Now, I'm going to test to actually see just how deep this goes. Not very deep, actually. Not very deep, but I think it's going deep enough because I don't want to... See, there's a screw here. I don't really want to bisect that, so that is about 1 inch. So we'll go about that. We can always cut it down. So we're just going to snip this there. I know I should have proper wire snips. I brought them in the house because, well, my computer had a whole bunch of cable ties sort of holding the power source in there, so I had to cut them all, and there were like 10 of them. That was a pain in the ass, I gotta say. They probably don't need to be this long. This is probably way too long. Now, for stability purposes, these should probably be in this side. I'm definitely going to have to cut them down. They're a little too long. They fit in there. They fit in there pretty well, though. So now, let's see if they line up at least. Yes. Yeah, so we're going to have to cut quite a bit on there. That's all right. Remember, you can always cut off. You can't put back on. At least not generally. It's usually not going to work out very well. So I'm just going to keep cutting until we get to the desired size. A little bit more to go. Looks like about there. Try to keep your fingers away from things when you're cutting things. It's really just good policy. Of course, this could just blow up in my face anyway. Ooh, almost there. Look at that. Look at that. We're almost to where we need it to be. Of course, this, I want to emphasize, this is not going to be a perfect fit. It's just not going to be. It's what you sometimes have to go for is just good enough. Something that works. Oh yeah, okay. So that's probably pretty good right there. Oh yeah. Of course, this isn't going to stay together. This isn't just on its own. It's not going to stay together. But it is, as it is much more stable than it could have possibly have been without some support. Of course, one of the problems with this is you're not going to be able to clamp it. Of course, one of the problems with this is I'm not going to be able to clamp it. Jed! Not that kind of clamp it. I won't be able to use a clamp on it to keep it together. That's not necessary. That's not necessarily necessary. But I think what I will do, is I will glue one side first, and then I'll glue the other side. So we'll have to pick this up tomorrow, but I will glue that one side for you tonight. So what I'm going to be using is Loctite, and I'm using this because of the ergonomic design. Honestly, it's actually pretty nice. This is one of the easiest super glues I've ever gotten. Just sort of picked it up out of the blue, and I'm really quite pleased with it. But you could use any super glue you like, really. It'll do. Now, there is one thing you should always remember to do. I don't always remember. I do try. Is anything you're going to glue, is you should try to rough it up a little bit before you do. Even if it's not much, as long as you do something. It gives the glue something to really latch onto. Otherwise, it's just sort of smooth. And so any surface you're trying to glue, just, give it a little rough up. If you can. Sometimes you can't. I mean, that's not a whole lot, but, I mean, we're talking about these little wire things here. And I don't always do this. I'm doing it right this time. I do try to do it right. I don't always do it right, but I do try to do it right. Of course, this won't guarantee it will stick either, but it's something. So I'm just roughing that up with a little bit of sandpaper, so it's slightly rougher than it was. I don't remember which side went where, so I'm gonna see here which side went where. Okay. Maybe that doesn't matter so much. But let's dry fit it before we do that. To make sure we actually have the right configuration, because we might not. Oh, we don't. Okay, it goes that way. But then in the opposite direction. Yes, that is going to work out fine. Stay in there. Okay. That one's looser than the other one. That might not matter. Okay, so we just want to remember what configuration they're in. I'm just going to, with one hand, open that up. And I'm just going to load that up. Try not to get this stuff on your fingers. With this, it's actually not so bad, not so hard, not so bad to do. Just slide that in. Because we want enough that it's going to work. And this won't be all the super glue I'll be using. I'll be using a little bit more than this. Of course, I might also have to, if there's any parts tomorrow that don't quite fit quite right together. I think they will, though. I think they will. Just make sure they're good there. Okay, so that is not too bad. And that will go together tomorrow. Yeah, because we have to wait. We have to wait 24 hours. So we're just going to put this off to the side, and we'll worry about that some other time. And I think that'll do it for tonight, I think. Yeah, for this particular project, if you really don't want to watch me build a robot, do you? Maybe you do. I'll have to show you at some point. Maybe tomorrow I'll be more inclined to show what I've gotten. One of the reasons I'm not particularly keen on showing my work on Norm yet is because I'm really not that far along. I have basic torso, basic hover skirt picked out. Working on the head, it's not going to be a servo head, actually. It's going to be an original head. Not that I don't like servo heads. I like servo heads, but I kind of want to have my own flavor too. So I'm basically making him mostly not a servo anymore. Besides the the general shape of the torso and the hover skirt, which will be very generalized. I kind of want him to have a different flavor than a servo, which a lot of it is in the head. So I'm going to be building a completely different head for Norm. And I guess we'll see how that goes. And I have other projects that I might be getting to that will require these. And some fake produce. But we'll see about that some other time. Because I still have to figure out exactly if this is going to work at all. Because it might not. I kind of want to kind of do like a baking show where I have, like, and while we have that one in the oven, here's one I cooked up earlier. So that's kind of what I want to do with that. So, catch you later.